life is under no obligation to give us what we expect. I was so pissed off when I first heard that in early recovery. Today's word vitamin is on plans. And as a recovering drug addict alcoholic, when I first got clean and sober, the plan was to stop drinking and drugging, stop swearing and being a hot mess. And the plan was, if I just did that, I kind of thought I would turn into a normal, appropriate, respectful woman. And my marriage would mend, and relationships that I had fractured would mend, and all would be tickety-boo. They were my plans. However, my recovery, and for many people, when they know they need to make change, and they think they kind of need to make a little renovation, a bit like, you know, knocking a wall out here, putting a coat of paint on, you know, using renovation of a house as a metaphor. Well, I just kind of thought my life needed a bit of renovation. That was the plan. However, it was a demolition job. The whole structure, everything I'd built my life on, was actually fear and denial and bullshit. A lot, you know, and all of my own making. I blame no one for that. So the plan was, with old Mother Nature and Father Time, to demolish it and start again. And I didn't understand that often, and when I'm working in jails and rehabs, and I often say to people, I tell them a bit of my story, I was so pissed off with the universe because I thought, you know, if I got clean and sober, I just kind of thought things would go my way karmically. And they actually were going my way, I just didn't know it at the time. And I often say to clients that are, you know, the shit has hit the fan and their life has turned to shit, that often destruction precedes construction. Sometimes a bushfire has to go through to clear away all the dead wood so we start again. Because trying to build on the foundations that we've already got is just not sustainable. It's dangerous and it's flimsy. So starting again is really inconvenient. And when I met beautiful Barb, you often hear me talk about her. She was my recovery sponsor, and when I met her 20 years ago, she was a year clean and sober. And she was one of these women that her marriage didn't end, and the biological family and a lot of her social circle kind of stayed around. Whereas for me, when I got clean and sober, I'd been with the father of my children for 14 years, and the marriage came crashing down. Not because, you know, he's not a good guy, he is, but I was just, I realised I'd married my best friend and not somebody that kind of worked as man and woman. And that was nobody's fault other than my own, because I was emotionally anaesthetised when I met him. Nonetheless, he's been a blessing, and I'm so grateful because we've had 2 beautiful boys together, and he's still today a blessing in my life and the boys' life. But for me, a lot of my biological tribe that I drank and drugged with or lived in denial with, they all headed for the hills. And a lot of women that I kind of thought were my besties, when I wasn't, you know, doing lunch and getting pissed, I was no fun for them. And I've now come to understand, you know, I still have friends that drink, but they certainly, you know, and sometimes they do get pissed, but that's just a dimension of our relationship. There are lots of times we sit over cups of tea in our sarongs and just talk about private, sacred stuff, which is also beautiful. So there's other dimensions there. Anyway, Barb said to me when she got clean and sober, this beautiful little saying about plans. You might have heard it, but I needed to hear it, and that was, you do need to make plans. I mean, I became a single mum on the pension, so I had to have plans. I had to sort of structure my week. She said, you need to make plans, but you don't emotionally live in the plan. And that way you don't set yourself up with expectations if the plan needs to change. And there's often, you know, saying that addicts like me, they build castles in the sky and then they move in. So if I can leave you with one little last snippet that I've found useful when life's not going according to plan, and that is, if life's not going according to plan and life's getting in the way, change the plan, but not the dream. Works a treat. Hope it's helpful. Mwah! Lots of love. See ya.